Hey, good afternoon, everybody. Thanks for joining us at your lunch hour for a quick 20-minute uh, franchise spotlight, which I think you're gonna, my wife and I, we're pet owners. We've got a beautiful 10-year-old golden retriever named Rosie, and I have to say, almost everybody we know is in love with their pet. And there seem to be more pets and dogs and cats everywhere you go, whether it's in the airport or walking around the block. Um, so, as a franchise consultant and an entrepreneur, the pet category is something that I have really been in love with for a long time. Totally recession resistant business. So, I'm not going to take any thunder away from our host. But I want to introduce myself. I'm Charlie McGee. I'm a franchise consultant with FranNet in Washington State, mainly in the Puget Sound area. We help show people how to find a franchise that's a great fit for them, so they can realize, in most cases, a lifelong dream of being your own boss in a successful business. And for some people, in some situations, franchising is the best, smartest way to accomplish that. So then one of the biggest challenges becomes, how do you find the right one? There's so many, and we can help you do that. And I love to do that. So bear with me here. Let's see. I'm a little bit of a there we go. Technology novice. So we are going to advance through this slide. Thank you. Okay. I've had the privilege of visiting this franchisor in Michigan to get a kind of behind the curtain insider look, and I liked everything I saw. Seems like a super fun business to be in, not just because it's in the pet business, but because of the kind of people, staff, and customers that it attracts. It's a very experienced enterprise level franchisor. It's a relatively simple business to operate in terms of your staffing and employees. As I said before, their track record shows that it's a completely recession resistant space. There's a lot of multi-unit owners and those that operate individual locations on a semi-absentee basis. That means having a manager at the location who's operating the day-to-day business. And then they just do a lot of great things for the community as well. So I could go on and on, but I won't. I'm going to turn it over to my friend Brian. And Brian, let's see. Now I'm going to change the presenter to Brian. Susie, I don't see Brian on the make presenter.
I don't either, actually. Is Brian, are you still on the line?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Brian, can you see my screen?
It's just blacked out and came back in. Let me try to get back in. I apologize. I have it here though, the slideshow on a backup, so I can walk with you through it.
Why don't you do that and Charlie can.
Okay, so
Yeah, I'm on slide 1 right now. Pet Supplies
okay, so
Plus minus the hassle,
the
franchise development.
yeah, exactly. Okay, we'll go to the next one.
Okay.
Minus.
Now the reason we say minus the hassle is we have 135 years of executive team that's been in the pet industry with PetSmart, Petco, and Pet Supplies Plus. In 8 years, we brought the 2 top executives over from PetSmart, Petco, and Pet Supplies Plus, and we kept the 3 from Pet Supplies Plus. We were able to take all the knowledge that we've all gained throughout the marketplace in the pet industry and said, what can we do to make this minus the hassle? So instead of being Pet Supplies Plus, we put on there minus the hassle because everybody said, what's the plus? What's the extra additive here? Well, we took out the hassle for not only owners, on-hand owners, and our owners that aren't day-to-day operators to the point that they can actually operate this business from their phone or their PC. And we've put the fun back into it, and that's why we're growing at a pace of, well, 63 franchises last year, and we were only 435 strong after 30 years. So best year of growth last year, and we're getting ready to double that this year. The pet industry is recession resistant. People love their pets, hate to say it, better than they love their children. Hate to
It's
say it, but
true.
they do. The dog's tail wags all the time, no matter what's happening in life.
So
Moving forward to the next slide here, as you can see, minus the hassle, we have our own private label, which actually, if you hire people that have pets and have passion for pets, and you convert them over to our Redford brand, they cannot buy that anywhere else in the country unless it's a Pet Supplies Plus. And it is a very, very, very good dog food. And we have it in cat as well. Our stores are typically now 4,500 square feet, as you can see in the pictures, to 7,500 square feet.
Brian,
Because what we've done is, yes, sir.
I don't know where you are.
I'm on the second slide, sir.
Our strategy, neighborhood paw print.
Actually, minus the hassle, Pet Supplies Plus goal is to make it easier for pet parents to find the products and services.
All right.
Are you there?
I am.
Okay. Well, what we've done and what we've seen with our CEO, he said, you know what, the pet industry, they're overthinking it, Petco and PetSmart. What he meant by that was the fact that they're 15,000 to 21,000 square feet big. Well, we said, what sells and what doesn't sell? That's what we want to carry. So our stores in Washington versus New York are going to be different in what they carry in there. We're not McDonald's. Our owners are allowed to choose and pick what's working as well. And we will look at those reports as well to make sure that they are only carrying goods that make money. They can use local vendors. We have no problem unless it's a consumable, and we want to know about it so that we're not advertising or a pet gets hurt. Going to the next screen there, as you can see, this is we've minus the hassle, and as you go around the neighborly, trustworthy, knowledgeable, that is who we are. And when it says minus the hassle, this is from the CEO. We also minus the hassle for our franchisees. We take care of everything for our owners so that all they have to do is take care of the neighbor and have fun. So we've put fun back into the business because pet people love to have fun with their pets. And I was just in the store today, and it was the best environment I've ever seen. We've got it back to what the big box retailers forgot about, and that was the people that shop for them. So it was fun to see it. As you can see in the next slide there, the industry growth, that's in billions. And in 2010, it was a $45 billion industry. 2019, it's a $75 billion. By 2020, we're expected to be a $90 billion industry. That's pretty impressive. Moving on to the next screen. That there is basically tells you, the grocery mass, high volume, no services, losing their share, and then it shows what we're doing for the customers and how we build our neighborly engagement. As you can see in the next one, we are ranked in the top 500. We're actually in the top, as of right now, we're in the top 30 of all franchises you could possibly purchase in the United States because of the growth in the pet industry. As you can see at the next slide, there's a picture of a storefront. Our storefronts vary. We have an in-house real estate team that helps find real estate that makes sense, and we use it through master brokers and brokers. And what they do is they go out and turn over every leaf in your community to find you a piece of property that meets all the demographics to be successful. That means traffic counts, easy visibility, things of that nature, how many veterinarians are in the area, how many adoption groups are in the area, things of that nature. So we take that very serious. Before you could sign an LOI on something, the CEO has to look at it, the CFO, COO, and our real estate team to make sure it makes sense for you to operate a unit there. As you move to the next slide, it shows you some of the interior pictures and some of our signage. Simple business, simple concept, and people love their pets. 68% of the households, everybody has a pet. 50% of those have multiple pets. So if you just look at it the next time you're in an airplane and you're flying over neighborhoods, 68% of those people have pets. And that's huge. And it's actually growing because the millennials are not having children today. They're having pets and multiple pets. Moving to the next screen there. That's what we did. We launched our own brand, Redford. Redford's name came from the first store that ever opened 30 years ago, and that's the town that the first store with Pet Supplies Plus was opened up in, Redford. So we felt it made sense. Optional options. When you look at the next slide there, optional options is grooming. Some stores, if they choose not to have it, it's fine. The self dog wash is mandatory. It's a money-driven item. It costs owners only 43 cents to let somebody come into their store, wash their pet by themselves, and then they're going to shop. We, at our corporate levels, actually give those out 10 per paycheck with every associate to go hand out to the community. Because if you can get them in the store and wow them with great customer service and pet their pet, they will be loyal to you, and it turns into a $40 to $80 ticket every time they come in and wash their dog. So that's a big driver there. We have an in-house marketing team. And at the next slide there, Click and Fetch we just rolled out. Our in-house marketing team tracks everything that your current customers purchase. After they purchase it, the next time it comes on sale, we will notify them that, hey, by the way, Brian, your product is on sale for the next 30 days. Just wanted to give you an FYI. Goes out in a mailer. Anything you do with your adoption groups, photos with Santa, goes through that as well. We just rolled out an icon that will be on your cell phone. It's called Click and Fetch. All stores have 2 parking spots close to the front door. You click the icon on your phone. Click. It remembers exactly what you purchased last time. We fetch it and we bring it up front. When you pull up to the spot, if your credit card is on file, we will bring it to your car. If not, walk in. Your product will be sitting to the right. Quick and easy. We are also, by 2020, rolling out home delivery from store to where it won't affect your margins. The consumer will pay for the $5 delivery fee, but the order is going to have to be over $45 for us to pull it and have it delivered. We think that's going to be another big one. So Click and Fetch, people love it. It's easy, it's simple. And then home delivery, we're hoping for a big home run with that as well. So overall, margins throughout these, if you take every category, you're looking at about 38.5% margin. That's going from the fish department to the dog food department. Our total investments range from, it says in our FDD, which will go down in 2020 because our stores are smaller, that the minimal would be $440,000 for you to get into this. That's an all-in number, to $1.3 million. $1.3 million would be a 12,000 square foot store and probably in California. We only had one of those. Our franchise fees are $49.9. At the end of the day, if you are a veteran, we do give you a 20% discount. An all-in number that we're seeing for up to grand opening with franchise fee, meet the team day, all included, register tape, teaching, training, developing, setting your store. You're looking at about a $650,000 to $725,000 investment, and that would be a very nice box. And everybody would be teaching and training, taught and trained, and we do continue to teach and train as needed, and we do quarterly audits. But for the first month, we will be in there helping you, making sure that everything is going perfect, because we don't want our stores closing. And if you look at the back of the FDD, we had 3 stores in 2018 that closed, and it was because of divorce or death. That's pretty much all I have for a video. I really appreciated the time here, and hope to hear from some of you.
Thanks, Brian. Really appreciate that. I was a little slow on the slide here, so just for everybody's benefit there, yeah, what 440 to 1.3, with it sounds like most of it's maybe 650 to 7.25 all in.
Yep.
This is something that your franchise consultant can, go over with you in more detail. Part of finding the right fit is finding something that's the right budget. And there's lots of different funding options and strategies, which is part of your education in considering different avenues. Here's a couple of other things. Yeah, the 20% for veterans, I think, super generous. Love that Pet Supplies Plus does that. And
the other love we threw in there was the royalties. I don't think there's a franchise in the United States that royalties are 2% first year and 3% every year after. It's very generous. And the reason we did that was because we want you to be happy. And if it's just for you and your family, and this is what you're going to do, whether it's a young family or a retired and trying to find something to do, we want you to be happy and make money. And what we're finding is by year 2, because our royalties are so cheap and they're having so much fun, by year 2 they're looking for another opportunity, and by year 5 they're opening their 3rd store. So we structured it that way so that you'd be happy, making money, and enjoying your community at the same time. It's working great for us.
Yeah, it's a super win-win. Thank you, Brian.
Yes, sir. Sorry.
Business for yourself, but not by yourself. When franchising is at its best, that's exactly how it works. It is a win-win proposition. And as someone that has visited, I'm in the Seattle area, but I did take the time to travel to Michigan and visit Pet Supplies Plus in person, and look behind the counter and do store visits. And I have to tell you, it really is a first-rate enterprise level operation with enormous competencies, experience. There's a lot of great spirit. The culture of the organization is extremely positive, and for all of those reasons, in addition to just the pet vertical being so attractive, particularly in the years ahead, it may be something that's worth taking a look at. If you are if you're new to FriendNet, then I'll say this, and if you're not, then you know this already, but we are committed to and have been for 30 years in helping be a great matchmaker. And what that means is that not every business is right for every prospective entrepreneur, prospective franchisee. And we can help you discover how to best leverage your strengths, find a business that is appropriate for your budget and financial circumstances, and something that has a reasonable predictability of helping you reach your goals. And Pet Supplies Plus may be that match or fit for you. It may not, but we can help you get to the bottom of that very efficiently using a proven process. And one of the initial steps is assessment. So if you are in Washington, the link here at the top, friendnet.com/cmcgee/CQ, is where you go to complete your own personal franchise assessment. If you're calling from another part of the country, you'll receive a recording and a link to complete the assessment to work with the consultant in your area. But regardless, we love to help. We love to talk about business and help you find your right fit. So thanks for joining us for your lunch hour. And Brian, thank you so much for your partnership and teaching us a little bit about the pet industry today. I hope everybody has a great day.
Thank you. Bye.